Wanadhani asibongo lala.
Tumejamu sijifanye uja notice.
Wanadhani asibongo lala.
Tumejamu sijifanye uja notice.
Mwambie punde imechoka sana.
Baba Fua, Baba Raila, muosho moja, anazunguka Kenya, anatuambia ana consult widely on his next move. Wakati watu wakina Ndindi Nyoro, watu wenye wako allied na Mount Kenya wanafukuzwa katika kamati za bunge na watu wa ODM wanaekwa pale ndani kwa government. Na mmejua tayari kwamba kuna plani na kuja ya Raila kufanywa prime minister. Lakini huku anawaambia anazunguka. Jana nimeona kwa Wajia anazunguka na consult. Ana consult na wa Kenya which route to take. Raila anatuonaga sisi ni watoto wadogo sana. Wewe enda tu kwa Ruto mzee. Wacha kupoteza time mingi na pesa mingi unazunguka Kenya tuna consult. The same way ulipoteza pesa ukizunguka Afrika na mwisho ukaanguka African Union. Stop wasting your time. Na mimi hizi vitu nikisema si ati nachukia Raila, lakini mtu mwenye ako na akili yake timamu ataacha kufuatana na huyu mzee. Wewe enda tu kwa Ruto, pole roho safi. Wacha kujificha. Stop beating around the bush. Nenda tu kwa Ruto straight. Fanya naye kazi. Sisi tulishatoa matumaini yetu kwako. Kwa sababu kuna watu walikuwa wanasema Raila was not an option. Na mimi nimeanza kuona it is true. Kama unaweza shikana na oppressor, je, hata ungekuwa president, what could you have done different from what the oppressor is doing? Tuko na ng'ombe aina tofauti. Tuko na ng'ombe za Kiafrika, alafu tuko na ng'ombe hawa wazungu kama Freshian, hizo kadhaa wale wanatoa maziwa mingi. Alafu tuko na ng'ombe za Baba Fua, ng'ombe za Raila. Wale ng'ombe wakiambiwa left wanaenda left, right. Hata kama hiyo right inamuumiza, lakini yeye ni ng'ombe, atafuata tu. Ukienda sokoni kununua ng'ombe, usinunue ng'ombe wa Baba Fua. Those are very dangerous breed of cows. Hawafikiri au ni dangerous bure. Ukienda sokoni usinunue ng'ombe wa Baba Fua. Wale wa right, left, straight, simama, ruka kwa maji anaruka. Au ni very dangerous breed of cows. Kwa hivyo ukienda sokoni kununua ng'ombe, heri ununue wa Kiafrika ama wale wa wazungu, wale Freshian na hizo breed zingine. Lakini ng'ombe wa Baba Fua usinunue. Au ni wajinga sana. Hawafikiri, wamebebewa akili. So usikue hiyo ng'ombe tafadhali. Na usinunue hiyo ng'ombe. Don't buy that cow. Please. Free advice. Stay safe from those cows. Haya.
Do not rely on Raila. He can change 11th hour na hamuna mahali pa kwenda. Hiyo mnajidanganya hapa bure. Kesho after 4 days. Mimi na Oscar huyu ndio tulipambana na Bishop Okulu. I'm the one whom Gomoi gave money. I transported money all the way from Nairobi to save Victoria Bank. Benki ya Okulu, na Okulu akawa rafiki ya rais marehemu, na tukamjengea nyumba Bishop Okulu. Mimi nikisimamia na huyu. Mimi ndiye nilitumwa na rais marehemu Moi na Oscar na marehemu Chimi Choge. Tukapewa mabunduki kila mtu mbili kubeba pesa yenye tulibekea Raila na wabunge wake kule nyumbani Bondo, Nyamira Kango. Huyu. The Raila you think you know, ni Raila I know more than anyone. So na ule ndaba kutore tangurani ngam.
Sasa ndio prime minister amejua Wakenya wanatekwa nyara. Sasa ndio prime minister amejua maisha ni ngumu kwa vijana. Hii mwezi 7 zote akikimbia Addis Ababa. Hakuwa anajua kutoka maisha ngumu. Hakuwa anaelewa. Si Orengo ameshinda kila mara akisema mambo ya kutekwa Kenya nyara. Akasema Orengo ni rebellion. ODM ni rebellion. Sasa ndio prime minister amejua kwamba Wakenya walikuwa wanatekwa nyara. Sasa ndio prime minister amejua Wakenya vijana wana kazi. Sasa ndio prime minister amejua ataisha ni ngumu Kenya. Baada ya kuangushwa kule Addis Ababa, sasa ndiye amegeukia sisi ati maisha ni ngumu. Ruto lazima afanye. Hatutaki misaada ya Ruto. Sisi kama Wakenya, wacheni kutupima sisi akili na futi ambayo imekatika. Hatutaki misaada ya Ruto. Wacha Ruto baki na mali zake. Wacha Ruto achukue hii pesa mwaka 2.5 ambayo imebaki. Chukua ushuru hadi kwa maiti. Chukua mali, mnaweza chukua ushuru. But come 2027 tutasafirisha Prime Minister nyumbani na Mheshimiwa Rais nyumbani. Sisi sio tools ya wanasiasa. Ni aibu. Wakati Odinga alikuwa anazungumza, Orengo, huyo ni rebellion, ODM rebellion. Wakati Odinga akizungumza, Wakenya wanatekwa nyara. Orengo ni mbaya. Orengo anadharau Raila Odinga. Unapata mtu ambaye kama si Raila Odinga hawezi chaguliwa governor. Kama Gladys Wanga. Anataka kujibu Mheshimiwa James Orengo. Orengo sio rika yako mama bwana. Tafuta rika yako. Wewe ni failure kwanza. Hakuna governor failure Luo-Nyanza kama Gladys Wanga. Mambo ya PR, kisungu mingi na kufuata Raila Odinga.
Usiwe mtu ule wa kutuambia ya kwamba nchi ya Kenya hakuna wajinga, wajinga waliisha, alafu wewe mwenyewe unatuongelesha kama wajinga. Si tumesoma? Si tunaelewa jameni? I'm sorry saa ingine kusema kwa sababu, lakini ukweli ni ukweli. Sasa ni ukweli, ama ni namna gani? Mimi ile naongea mbele yenu hapa, nikienda Mombasa nitaongea hiyo. Mimi sina ulimi mbili kama nyoka. Yale nawaambia ndio nitasema Mombasa, kwa sababu haja yangu ni kila Mkenya pahali popote alipo awe anajua ya kwamba serikali ni yake. Because the truth shall set you free, my friends. We cannot live a life of lies. We cannot live a life of cheating people. We cannot live a life of dividing people. We cannot live a life of thinking that we can confuse ourselves. We want leaders who will take this. Waseme sasa huyu amefikisha hapa, mimi nitakuja niongeze mara 5. Basi. Si zote tumefurahi. Ama nina haja, si ni hivyo?
Akisema kwamba Matiang'i hawezi kuchaguliwa kuwa rais kupitia kura za jamii yake ya Kisii pekee. Raila ameyasema hayo wakati alikutana na viongozi wa jamii hiyo ya Kisii pamoja na gavana wa eneo hilo Simba Arati.
You see, you cannot be elected president of Kenya on the basis of the Kisii votes, or the Luo votes, or Luhya votes for that matter, or even the Mount Kenya votes. If you want to be elected, you'll be elected by Kenya general. So that is something that we will deal with when the time comes up. Mr. Matiang'i has not, as things stand, come up to speak, to declare that he wants to run for the presidency.
So Raila Odinga is going around the country telling his supporters and those ones who care to listen to him that he is doing consultations, with the end goal being that his supporters or the opinions collected from those consultations will dictate his next political move. I think it's high time we as Kenyans, it should be known to all of us, that Raila Odinga is no longer that mysterious politician who makes mysterious moves. No, that is no longer the case. Raila Odinga over time has become extremely predictable in the way he conducts his political affairs, in the way he makes his political decisions. The general understanding at this point is that Raila Odinga has already signed a coalition agreement with William Ruto. That is there. So he's just moving around the country to buy time. And then when that appropriate opportunity arises, they are going to make the announcement. So we expect that you're going to have some, massive appointments in terms of maybe new principal secretaries. That is going to happen. And other high-profile state appointments, ambassadors, high commissioners, you name them. That is going to happen. And Raila Odinga's cronies are going to find themselves in government. Now, when you look at the bigger picture of any agreement signed, you can call it a handshake agreement between Raila Odinga and William Ruto, the bigger picture is the 2027 elections. This is what I think is highly likely to happen when you go in for elections in 2027. Raila Odinga will run for the presidency, but he will not be running to win the elections. He will be running as a proxy of William Ruto. In other words, Raila Odinga, or rather William Ruto, will tell Raila Odinga, why don't we have an agreement? You run for the presidency, not for the sake of winning. I mean, look, because Odinga supporters of a significant number are fatigued by his perennial losses. Others also believe, this man is now too old, he can't offer anything new. But the bottom line is, Ruto is going to consider all those factors and tell him, okay, old man, why don't you run for these elections? Not to win, but to disrupt, disrupt the outcome of the elections. What I imply by this is that he will be a candidate who will be used to, prevent a scenario where you have a round one victory for a candidate from a broad-based opposition coalition, which, if you're going to have such a candidate versus William Ruto, that candidate is going to win. So Raila Odinga will be thrown into the matrix, into the equation, to spoil or to prevent such a scenario from happening. Then you have three strong candidates, William Ruto, Raila Odinga, and another one from the opposition coalition. And the end result will be a runoff. And in the runoff, Raila Odinga will join hands with William Ruto. Then they'll have some sort of a coalition. And then William Ruto kind of almost maybe would be highlighted. In such a case, he could get re-elected. You see the mathematics? And then Raila Odinga will just be told, okay, you're quite all right now. Either he'll be given a senior position in government, or whatever, his cronies and allies will be accommodated in that sort of coalition agreement. But we must be very, very careful, because come what may, this next elections will be determined by the young people. That will be the largest voting bloc or the voting cohort when you go in for the elections in 2017, or even earlier than that. Now, one of the most interesting things would be, of course, to observe this sort of arrangement that Ruto and Raila are going to have, because there are rumors that these guys are intending to fully implement the recommendations of the NADCO report. I mean, we may need positions such as a prime minister, 2 deputy prime ministers, but those ones are not necessary. We as a country just lack the necessary political discipline to work within the current constitutional framework as far as our political governance is concerned. Otherwise, we are going to say it's going to be a very eventful 2 years ahead of us.
To address this to the nation, I was removed from the committee, regional integration, and placed in the committee of it's called broadcasting and library services, and then I was also taken to welfare and mambo ya chakula cafeteria, and removed me from that. That one shows that what Raila is telling the people, that is consulting, that man is a selfish man. I'm telling you, he's a selfish man. Kenyans should tell Raila, fuck off. Because that man has already sealed the deal with Ruto. They have already sealed the deal. Now he's moving around trying to... We want to tell Raila that your days where you used to create tension and people used to guess your political moves and say that what is Raila planning? There's no plan. We know you. I remember before we started that meeting, we started that meeting called Maandamano ya Sufuria. We called us, the members of Parliament of Western, and we sat with you in Karen. Tukaanza kuongea, and we asked you very clear, what do you want us? What is the end game before we start this Maandamano? And that is where we went to Migori. We went to Busia, and I went to Mombasa, I went to Kilifi, I went to Narok, Kajiado, Nairobi. Here we were there. We were being tear gassed. And he told us that he was very clear that he wants talks with Ruto. That is what he always want. Raila will never have any interest with Kenyans at all. So if it is there, and that is why, if he's saying that, why are we being removed from these committees? Number one, it's showing that the parliament is not independent. That is being colonized, is being operated from a certain point. We want to tell them that they have removed people like us from those committees. Wakuje tumewachia committee. Kwani mtatufanya aje? And it will not stop me from delivering. With the CDF, we can still develop the constituency. We can still develop the constituency. And I want to tell those members of parliament that they think that by removing us from those committees, they will defeat me in terms of development. It will not happen, because I'm a good planner. With the citizen, with the CDF that is there, and with the good management and supervision, we will still be among the top performers in this country. And we must have a constitutional reforms whereby the independence, we must bring back the independence. The political parties should not have this called the ODM. It's frustrating. The have been removed. They have brought their people. Alafu anasema ati broad-based mafia. Na hiyo inishitui mimi. As long as I am working with the people, wakule pesa ya dani, wakule watembea sema tumerudi. Umerudi kufanya nini? Kunyanyasa wa Kenya. And we will keep telling the government whether they remove her. In fact, hatuna haja, anastaki committee na bwana inanilisha ama inafanya nini, si wabaki nayo. So we are going, if there is any constitutional amendments that needs to have, or the standing orders, to make sure that the moment the parliament should be independent from political interference, so that if you're being chosen on the basis, be chosen on the basis of qualification, number one, be chosen on the basis of where you come from, so that if you're in Zimbabwe, Miwa, you can be able to represent the people in the Ministry of Agriculture and others. Or if it's finance, you are a qualified financial analyst like me, I'm a BCom and whatever. So those are the things that we have to address. And I want to ask the members of ODM, nyinyi ni watu flat-fucking. Because number one, you are given the powers by the court to take over the majority side. We stood with you, but you turned against us. Anyone who's still believing in Raila, that he has any interest in Kenyans and ODM, and we are going to finish ODM in Kakamega and Western. And I want to say this, and it's going to be very serious about this thing. After all, I don't care. After all, we are with the people. Ati mimi ni muanga sijui wa namba 15. Wewe hakuna yo. Kwenda huko.
We don't need your direction, but my boy tetea tumbo yako. We don't need consultations. We are foolish no longer. Uweka tuna kasongo, mkule na mushive. Kenyans are the ones who tashaga. Consultations and more consultations. Who are you consulting? Sisio wajinga agwambo. Tangazeme simamo, hatuna kasongo, and defend corruption, killings and abductions. Utafuti wecheo, ukule muende. We don't need your direction, but babwe tetea tumbo yako. We don't need consultations. We are foolish no longer. Tuweka tuna kasongo, mkule na mushive. Kenyans are the ones. In 2027, mtashanda. Go ahead and join kasongo. Kula, maliza uende. Mnawane mkate. Ya bread-based government, about you go pay. Then defender Dan and Chief and Shah just say it's working. Don't mind about university model and school computation. Just say it's working. Oh, we don't need your direction. We don't need consultation. We are foolish no longer. Kenyans are watching the Shanghai. With no more bullets to shoot, you refuse to call it quits. You fight 5 times, Baba, and 5 times unlucky. Even the African Union chairmanship, yet you still trust the song. We don't need consultation. We are foolish no longer. Kenyans are watching the Shanghai. Baba, with no more bullets to shoot, you refuse to call it quits. You fight 5 times, Baba, and 5 times unlucky. Even the African Union chairmanship, yet you still trust the song. And they are. Ooh, yeah.
Show your talent and skill. Somebody, hey, give me that flag. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it.
A few moments later.
Happy time. Happy time.
Kamata simu yake kwa kona wa kulia na kushoto. Nani huyu jobless? Jobless anafanya nini? Kinyanyua simu hewani. Ingia phone book. Search please. Unakuja nani ili jina linakuja Priska Crash one day yes. Emoji ya makopa anafanya nini? Ki scroll down anafanya nini? Ki jobless. Ana delete. Jobless ana delete namba ya crush wake. Nini kimemkuta? Namna gani? Refa anasema tucheki kwenye VAR. VAR inamuonesha jobless akiwa anaangalia mpira kwa kutumia macho na mwili mzima. Unafika wakati wa mapumziko, jobless anachukua simu kwa kono lake la kulia na kushoto, anaingia WhatsApp, anacheki status ya Priska Crash one day yes.
Wewe ni mtoto wa kike unakubali kuwa na mwanaume anayebeti. Una akili. Mimi naambia ukweli kwa sababu kijana anayejitambua huwezi kubeti. Hakuna aliyetoboa kwa kubeti. Hamna, usiseme hivyo. Jamaa kafanikiwa, alipata milioni 200 kwa kubeti. Ima ulichokinunua kiishe chote kwa kubeti.
Kilichomfanya jobless afute namba ya Priska. Priska hataki wanaume wanaobeti. Jobless anafanya nini kwa kono lake la kulia na kushoto? Toa cover la simu. Nini? Chomoa mkeka mrefu kama corridor za hospitali ya rufaa. Jobless kaweka shilingi 500 tu na anataka kushinda milioni 117,2500 na senti 75. Wakati mama yake mkoani Mbeya anasuka mikeka kwa ajili ya kutumika kama wallpaper za Kinyakyusa kwa ajili ya kubadili muonekano wa sebule, yeye anasuka mkeka kwa ajili ya kubadili maisha. What a delusional boy.
Tazidi kuongea kwa niaba ya Kenya.
Nianze wase, mkufiti, manze unajua history ni ngori. Youths hapa mtaani hatuna ma ID. ID ni kitu ya maana, tunafaa tukue nayo.
We as a Gen Z, we've talked, we've marched, we've fought for change. But what is all this if we don't show up where it matters?
We the Gen Z are the pulse of this country. The future is in our hands. Lakini bila ID, that power is not.
Hii ID is more than just a card. It's the key to opportunities. Ni ufunguo to freedom, the change we have been waiting for.
Why is an ID important? It is because you cannot vote without an ID card. So if you don't have an ID card, one, you do not exist in this country.
As you can see, they are mocking us. What are they saying? that sisi tuko tu pale online, lakini kura ni kwa ground. Now, what can we do? Let's register for our IDs. And for you to register for your ID, you can visit your chief's office because they have all that power with them. Again, we have over 900 registration centers across the country. We have 55 Huduma centers. And then we have 360 sub-county offices.
We account for about 70% of the population. That means if we vote, we get to choose who will be our leader.
2027 will be our moment as the Gen Zs. Ngoja kwanza. We work hard, we push our boundaries, but when it comes to choosing the leaders to determine our future, we are not involved anywhere. Our voices, no numbers zetu hazimati mazee. So what are we supposed to do? Go get your ID, register as a voter, and then come out and vote in 2027. It's that simple.
My fellow young people, the Gen Z, it is high time we understand the politics of our country. We must understand what role politics play in our lives. And until we get politically mature, we will always be maneuvered, swayed, or deceived into supporting people politically, those who don't have Kenyan interest at heart.
2027, without your ID, you will not be able to vote. What are you doing without your ID? I will urge all of us to hold each other accountable. Uliza mzae, uliza madhe, uliza beshte yako kama kona ID.
The cost of living is going high. They are killing us and abducting us every day. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to send them home. How are we going to send them home?
You make sure you have your ID for 2027 so that we make sure we pump new blood of good leadership and are good leaders and have a better country because our motherland is where we are.
Identity yetu, Kenya ni yetu.
Our future, our choice.
Identity yetu, Kenya ni yetu.
Identity yetu, Kenya ni yetu. We can do this, guys. Twende tukapate ID bana. Mimi mwenyewe niko na ID yangu. Here's my ID. Salute you all.
To my fellow young Kenyans, if you are not a registered voter, please make the time to go and register as a voter. Because Kenya's future depends on you and me. So how do you register? There are IEBC offices in every constituency, and that is where you register. So please find the location of the IEBC office in your constituency and register. All you need to carry is your identification card or your passport. There are those who are saying that Huduma centers are registering voters. Huduma centers do not have an IEBC desk as of now, maybe later. So please go register and let's prepare to save Kenya together. And for those who have registered, please go to the IEBC portal and verify your details. Please.
Now, so some of you are very wicked. And I don't have up to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Some of you are my village people. You are my village people. I will not hide mouth. All of you are my village people. You are the one that is following me. Go and subscribe to my YouTube to prove to me that you are not my village people. Thank you.
Wa Kenya. Ati Trump aliweka Biblia chini akaanza kazi. Na kuna mwingine aliweka Biblia chini akaanza wizi. Nyinyi mutakujiwa. Nyinyi ongeeni tu hivyo.
By the way, guys, if y'all have not realized, Trump has been a sworn-in president for less than 48 hours. But the changes he's already making are massive. Like, he's making big decisions in less than 48 hours. In less than 48 hours, amemaliza LGBTQ. Amesema huko kuna gender mbili peke yake, male and female. In less than 48 hours, amerudisha TikTok. In less than 48 hours, anyway, na kuna huyu wenyu anafanya campaign. Anafanya campaign. Ai. Mungu tusamehe. Anafanya campaign. Anafanya hey.
Mheshimiwa William Ruto, wewe ni mwizi. Msaidizi wako ni mwizi. Na lazima tunaomba kwamba Mheshimiwa William Ruto, omba wa Kenya msamaha. Omba wa Kenya msamaha kwa sababu ya yale maovu ambayo uliyafanya na Wakenya wanaumia.
We will not tire. We will not be scared. Tuko tayari. Polisi wajitayarisha mpaka jioni. Ni kukimbiana hapa na pale. Wanasa kwame. Wanasa ai. Wanasa wololo. Wanasa.
Enda pole pole. Cool down. We are not cooling down any soon. In fact, it might get hotter.
We will consolidate. Kisungu kubwa. And after we consolidate, we will strategize.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Hello.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Shift share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue. What song? Yeah, that song. That song? Maybe I think about it. Oh, no. Know what? I slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this solid.
Ooh. Kusambaza hiyo message. Thank you. Fagia?
What?
I'll take it to all the corners. You take it to the entire nation. Yes. Eh? Yes. It is a very solid car. Thank you, sir.
Ndugu yangu,
God bless you.
fagia wote.
Kazi yangu.
Asante. Good luck, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Good luck.
All
the best.
Thank you, sir.
It's time for a fresh start. Tunafagia wote.
Your Excellency.
Aya, alafu matopare. Okay, matopare. Matopare. Topa. Matopare. Matopare. Topa.
Itazidi kuongea kwa niaba ya Wakenya.
She asked me, baby, where you from? I told her, Kenya.
I beg of us, I really want to beg of us today, as the chair of UDA, let's stay focused to what it is we promise those hustlers. Because if we don't deliver, those hustlers will send us out of power, and they'll send us with vengeance. So let us talk about roads, electricity, education, health, types. Let's tone down on the politics. It is not healthy. It is not healthy. It is the wrong time.
Wananchi naweza sikia kuchukua William Ruto. Wanaweza mchukua kwa sababu sisi wananchi, we don't need him. Ametuchosha. Ama nyinyi mjachoka? Mjachoka na Ruto? Ule mtu anataka kuchukua William Ruto, you can take him for free, take Wetangula for free, take Mudavadi for free. Tunawapea hizo takataka zote waende waongoze if they are good to you.
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika, muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Hata nasahau tarehe ni gani. Mimi siko na tarehe kwa kalenda. Na mimi hata sina haja nayo. Mimi chenye niko nayo ni serikali ya 2027. Huyu mkata ushuru tumtoe na tuungane si wote.
Meta vile naona nisha reject hiyo finance bill 2025. Ningoje tu date ya maandamano. Juu mambo yendi bana. Mimi hata wafanye nini? Mimi nisha reject. Mfanye nini? Nisha reject. Mfanye nisha reject. Nime reject. Mtoe date ya maandamano sasa bana.
And we are not alone. There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
Kwanza ikifika 2027 naiba mpaka kura ya madhangu na budangu. Sitaki warudi tu huko tena. Sima youth chacha anuka. Madha zetu bado. Ruto unaenda home na 13 parliament tunaivunja. Wende home wote tuanze fresh.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa na hatuendi. Kwapa tunalala huku na hatuendi. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani? I'm inside. Niko ndani. Na tunamalizana na nyinyi. Tunamalizana na nyinyi. Mmetutesa sana. Today is today. You must hear our cry. Sisi ni sisi. Utatusikiza. Hii ni bunge yetu. Sisi tumewafanya mkuu hapa. This is our parliament. You must hear us. Kama hamna masikio, tutawafanya msikie. Poa manze.
Sha nini? President tunataka kuambia uko na miaka 2 katika ofisi. Na hawa wananchi hawa they will punish you na hata ukiwa na pesa utakwenda kutoa nje.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject finance bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mneke kwa list jameni. List reject.
Idiots who don't want to participate in the affairs of their nation, they think things will just work in and of themselves. Then they are tribalists. And these tribalists, they think that they are only safe with people who are from their tribe. And tribe can mean people from the same culture, same language, or same culture. Then they are citizens. These are individuals who are responsible and know that when you want to be served, you must give those who have the desire and the intellectual capacity to serve you. In many societies, it is only a small percentage of people that can be called citizens, not more than 5%. And if a society wants to grow in the right direction, civic education is what will help the idiot and the tribalist to become a citizen.
Tukiwa kama people, kitaumana.
There we go. End of the story. End of the bloody story. Bloody hell. Woohoo! Victory! 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 Here we go. Is it crazy though?
Mungu yetu itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau na jali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imetuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Sasa tafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama sisi.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Get out. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, Delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunkard did better than you.
Nice.
Now the next election,
yes.
Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation,
yes,
they use their might because they didn't vote, the largest vote in the last election.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.